What about major operators? Does everybody know what that is? How to find that?
It's usually on the symbols, right?
Right.
And it's like the last one, or like the one closest to the end or something like that.
Yeah. The way we said it was the operator that's last introduced. So the way you can think of that as the one that's the last introduced, you can think of it sort of in terms of subformulas. So say I have this formula here, A wedge B, triple bar, C dot D. Say that's my formula, and these are going to be our subformula. And if you do it in order, you can find the major operator really easily. C, with C, C dot D. Okay, so that's our subformula of this formula. Now we can find out and see that the major operator is going to be the triple bar here, because if you look back, that's the last one that was introduced. The triple bar was never introduced until the very last one, so we know that that is a major operator. So that's one tip if you're having trouble finding what the major operator is in a particular formula. Another tip is that if you have a formula that's got the parentheses around the whole thing, and then it's got a tilde outside, it's always going to be the tilde. That will be for sure the major operator. That's the last one introduced, and the tilde applies to everything else. So that's one way to quickly recognize what the major operator is. And you know for sure that if the major operator is not on the outside like that, then a tilde will never be the major operator. So a tilde on the inside, so let's say it was negation C, that's never going to be the major operator.
Only if it's in front?
Yeah, only if the tilde is in front, outside of everything. One thing to be careful about, though, is if you have a tilde like right there, if you have it in front of the A wedge B, that's not going to be outside of all parentheses. Yeah, it's got to be outside of everything. And then another way to sort of think about a major operator is if the operator sort of splits everything into two. So if you can look at it as this is one side, that's another side, then that's going to be the major operator. But if the operator that you're looking at and think, if it's maybe the major operator, so you think maybe the wedge is the operator, you know that it's not going to be because it only gets the B, and it doesn't get everything else there. So that might be one quick, intuitive way to get it.
Like on a page 15, like on the third example, like it says like third horseshoe, Y would be third horseshoe.
Okay. So the third example, third horseshoe there?
Yeah.
Okay, so we know it's not a tilde because there is none here. So, so you know that's going to be the third one because that first horseshoe only applies to the A on the left and then the B wedge C. And it doesn't capture the rest. And you know that because of the parentheses. The parentheses sort of stop it there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then the second one only applies to the C and the B. Yeah, so if you're having kind of trouble, if there's a problem that's kind of confusing on the test, write out the subformulas real quick in order and you'll find it. That's major